In a world where Mass Blast 09 never gets to pick the fucking show name, it's the Plumes of We're Back, bitches.
Oh, cry more.
Hello, and welcome to Aliens. I'm Mass Blast 09. These are my co-hosts, Understudy 70 Fubaka, Vapor.
Man, you got to make the transitions difficult, don't you?
Matthew's blowjob left me a little shaken. So, yes.
Yeah, it looks like you're out swimming with the alligators.
Yeah, it looks like I became a bum after the hurricane.
What you're not seeing, kids at home, is that the rest of his house is gone. That's the only thing that's gone.
Don't say that.
The office has been reinforced. Oh, goodbye, chat shitting the bed.
Oh, let me guess. Were we around 62 people?
Oh, probably. At this point, it's almost tradition for chat to shit the bed at the beginning of the night.
Yeah, just once, just to kind of get it going.
Yeah.
It's not our chat's not housebroken yet.
This whole thing is just setting expectations.
Yep.
This is how
we should just play every time we come on the show. We should just play lowered expectation.
Yeah. By the way, no housebreaking jokes for a couple weeks.
Oh, come on.
My wife just talked me tonight into getting another dog.
All right.
Are you nuts?
That's even more incentive to make housebreaking jokes.
And it's a puppy. So, yeah, apparently I'm very nuts.
I assume you're gonna do well. She used to train dogs, right? So she's just. I assume, is she one of the ones that subscribes to the little kennel thing, or she do something else?
We're gonna crate train.
Crate.
Yeah, I'm absolutely for crate training, especially because puppies chew.
Right.
Crate training is kind of necessary, but no. My wife used to train dogs years and years ago, and to be honest, our lab, like our big guy, he don't care. He don't want to be trained. He just wants to chill.
Well, that's okay, right? If he's not being a dick, you don't need to train him.
No, he's a very good dog, but he doesn't want to do shit. He's just like, yeah, fuck you. I feel like laying here. I don't want to come over.
Are you talking about Joey?
Yeah.
Yep.
So she wants to do like real training. Like she wants to do like agility training and all that stuff. And I'm very encouraging on, because I have hobbies and I think hobbies are really important. So I'm very encouraging.
Yeah, you do.
Have hobbies as well. I think that she should have hobbies too, though. I think hobbies are good. If she wants to do training and if she does good at it, you can make money like that.
Sure.
I'm just gonna enjoy this bit because it's good.
Is this as noisy over there as it is over here?
Yeah, it's noisy. Here, hold on. I'll add to the noise for you. How's that sound? I blame you and Will for this, actually.
In stereo. You know what? I forgot that you had that. You built it the other day. Are you going to talk about that today?
Yeah, I will. I blame you and Will for it.
Good. I will happily accept that blame. Hey, Fu, what are you vaping on next?
Some things. Got the Billow on the Renegade with where's the bottle? With some strawberry limeade.
Oh.
I'm a poet and I didn't realize it. I got the Titan with the Kennedy with beignet.
Beignet.
If it's beignet, shouldn't you say the
Has no one seen this yet? Yeah, I got another Titan.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know if everyone's seen that yet. Yeah.
What do you got like the Titan factory up there or something?
Yeah. Maybe I do.
The busting balls.
Dude's got more Titans than I do.
Why aren't you not working now?
Isn't that like the thing with people who do modding though? They never have like the latest and greatest of their own shit. I don't know that I've ever met a modder who has or uses the latest and greatest of the shit.
Penny Hamster says it's 50% big hair day on Poe. Yeah, 50%. That's probably true.
J13, it's a cardigan, dude.
Yeah, I just realized that
Welcome to Sweater Game. I can tell you've been watching a while.
That's right. Welcome to last fall.
I just now realized the size of Foo's hair.
I said,
it's a little. Yeah, this is
Dude, like as he moves, it bounces.
yeah. He posted a picture of something in chat the other day, and I said he's got his packy fro going because he does. It's on point, is what it is.
50% no hair game on Poe. Always 50% hair day.
Percent no hair day.
Well, it doesn't help that like my headphones like flatten this part of my head, so
Right.
That's actually really funny.
So you get the
Having
thing
on your hair.
Yeah. J13, I don't doubt he probably has a smoking jacket somewhere. One of your cardies could probably pass for a smoking jacket, I'm sure.
this one might.
Yeah. We got
Oh, yeah, we got those buttons.
man. We got Foos criticizing your V-neck T-shirt.
Eh. Eh.
I own that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Better than a jean jacket tank top vest. Actually, what do you got?
Just pointing it out.
Pardon my dear.
I was wearing my full Adidas sweats prior to this for the Slav Squad fans out there.
You rocking the Slav spot?
I totally did it this morning.
Of course you did. Anyway, the Dia's got my my Bill Capnard on top. In there, of course, is Rail Cracker from you get that on Silverstein paper. My other Squanker is my Evo. Got a split on top of that, and it still has Pissed or Get Pissed in it, as it usually does. And my ADV is still in my Bitabox Rev 4. Although I think I mentioned this last show that I had the Mystique Racing Bridge in it. That's got the Kanger RBA head in there, which is working pretty damn well. It still, like the Uno, still has to be rewicked every 2 days or so. I don't know why. It just does. And that's after drilling it out. I drilled that bastard out to an eighth. It's like 3.1 millimeters or something. It's get lots of juice, but it just tends to build up for some reason. And last but not least, I have our friend Kevin from Heartwood Mods. I've got his tester unit. So I'm rocking this thing. This is an SX version 2, SXJ version 2, which I still haven't plugged into the QI thingy software stuff. Should probably do that at some point. And on top is Feather Mods, the Brotus. It's not really called a Brotus, it's the Notus, but Kevin calls it a Brotus, so I'm calling it a Brotus.
Mainly because it's the prototype.
It's the prototype, yeah.
It's too Brotus.
We talked about this a little bit. Sean talked about it the last couple of weeks that he had it on here. I'm enjoying it. I put a I'm not even going to show you that build, but that's rough.
That's one of the. That's a whoa! Put the cap back on. That's on, bitch.
Put the cap back on. I've been running it quite a bit, but I'm running old Lab Rat in there. I've had some Red Rhapsody around for a little while. I've been running it in there, and it is exceptionally thick and tasty. But I think it gets darker. You know, so it's not that it's burnt; it's just super dark because it's been hanging around for a little while.
What's wrong with dark?
Ain't nothing wrong with dark, but it looks bad. Like yuck. I put a thin Clapton in here, and I don't know if are we gonna talk about this? I'll talk about it later. We'll talk
Talk
about
about it later.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean. That's it.
Oh, I need to raise a little bit, but that makes noise. It was too hot.
You definitely need to explain what that noise is before you do it because it just don't sound. Hang on. Let's all be quiet and make the noise one more time. So, okay. That sounds like a Sean size
sounds like
vibrator.
it sounds like something that's vibrating inside of you.
So the problem is when I do the show, I put my elbows on the desk. When I work, I don't. So I have it lower when I'm
And
working.
Sean goes like this into the cam.
Now I'm doing it.
Oh my God! Get
Oh,
those
that's funny. You those
screens up.
26,650s.
Oh, I didn't click on myself before that, so I'm tiny because you guys laughed.
Oh no!
That's a one shot. So I have the Artemod Dia, as per usual, with a Nardo with Abolish Mint, and then I have the Artemod Evo with the Satburn. Not even going to try to pronounce it. With Get Pissed.
Boost.
Mast, what do you got?
I'm actually currently vaping on my Squonker, and I have my juice in there, and I was vaping on the Anakin cell, but during the hurricanes, I actually took the battery off and used it to power my house. So this thing's got some serious power. I just literally plugged it right in. It's got two plugs plugged right into the
Can we
outlet.
mention Chad because he probably has the weirdest boner right now.
Well, it actually was feeding back through the transformer, and you're not supposed to, hook your power into your house because it'll feed back to the transformer and then feed back down the lines and then kill the linemen. Because this thing has some serious power.
Don't
So
cross the streams, man.
don't cross the streams. But that's what I'm vaping on. So actually, it still has a little bit of power left. So there you go.
Yeah, it ran your house for like 2 days.
What?
It ran your house for like 2 days, and it still got a little bit of power left. That's nice.
Actually, and I'll give them a shout. I actually bought these guys on Amazon because there hasn't been a hurricane that has hit in 10, 11 years down here, and you got flashlights and all this other shit. But when the power is out, you want to be able to go to the bathroom. You want to be able to go into different rooms and stuff like that. These guys right here.
Oh, are those the ones that pull open?
Yeah, they're just the LED lanterns. I don't have batteries in this one.
My
but
brother was just telling me about them.
Oh,
He went camping. Yeah, he went camping with
these,
those.
You can do all that. So here's
awesome.
here's the box,
It's like
Okay.
OG style. That's pretty cool, man.
and you can find them on Amazon. And
So One-Eyed Willie with that.
it was like $19. It's a box of 4, and you control the light by how high you have this, right?
Dude, it's
So
like the show
it's off.
Jurassic Park.
It has storage on the top too, so you can carry extra batteries, whatever. It takes 3 AA's, and then if you go online, and here comes Mooch's boner. I got a set of. I'm sure Phil does that for him every time. But anyways,
That's tasteyourmooch.com.
you can find a set of these guys. Okay, these are rechargeable. These are EBL brand. But check out 2800 mAh.
What?
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Yes, and a AA. And I used to have a set of 2600 mAh batteries years ago when I had a digital camera that took AA's. And see, I bought a pack of. Let's see, these are 16.
I have these on my Xbox controller, the Amazon ones. These are 2400s. These
Yeah.
are also pretty damn good.
Nasty Horror says you can always go to the bathrooms, maybe not in the right room until the lights are back on.
Hence why you have to have one of these around. You don't want to be.
Speaking of going to the bathroom, I totally read Dish D's thing wrong because I just read Mooch just pooped.
Oh, he pooped. Okay, well there you go. So, hey, kudos to these guys. That we only had to use them for maybe. Thank God for only a limited amount of time. We were not without power for very long, and so they're bright as shit too. Not too shabby, and they'll run with these batteries. When normal AA's, they'll run like I think 2 days or a day and a half straight.
What?
And still have light. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think it's only got like 3 or 4 LEDs in it, but the way that it's shaped and all that, it's pretty bright. It'll definitely light up a room.
You should wire it to take 18650s.
Actually, I wired one of them to my telephone jack, and since you get some voltage through there, you can actually have it power small LEDs. So don't tell AT&T; they'll charge you for it.
This phone call was going on for how long?
Yeah.
So what would you do? I mean, because AA's are what, like 1.5 volts or 1.6?
Mm-hmm.
Resist down to from 4.2 to there's some resistance.
That shit's 48. It's 48 volt through the
Telephone jack.
Have you ever telephone jack? Yeah.
No. I'm talking about if you were to put 650s.
Is that how your hair got like that?
No, that was
if you were to rewire that for 650s.
650s wouldn't fit in there.
Hmm.
But you would just figure out you'd have to have a resistor in there so you wouldn't kill the. It depends on what if you're using white LEDs. I don't remember the math, but you could figure out different colors will have different voltage.
Okay.
That they needed. So basically, you just put a resistor in line. Yep.
I was watching who was that the other day? Oh, it was AVE. That channel I was telling you about a while back. I've been binging that guy for a while because I haven't watched him in a long time, and he had if you're stuck like in a problem like a big storm or whatever, that he made a phone charger for his Android out of a car battery and used a pencil as a resistor. It's like he knew how much resistance there was in 12 inches of graphite in a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
He just basically connected the positives and negatives at the end, and then shaved off.
You can make a sliding resistor too with the lead.
Sure. No, it was freaking sweet. It was just clip the live one in there and phone lit up, and it was awesome. Too cool.
That's dope.
It was dope. That guy's crazy. He cracks me up too.
On the opposite end of things, I don't know if I'm sure Masty's seen a photonic induction on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's awesome. He's an idiot, but he's awesome. And he hasn't made a video in a while. I checked last week. He hadn't made a video in a month or two. But I do enjoy his high voltage fuckery.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So do we have anything fun going on with you the last 2 weeks, Fu?
I had something last week.
And then I had to go and be a jackass and have an engagement and a birthday.
What a jerk.
All in one day. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, everybody, here's the killer for that for me. Everybody congratulates you, like, oh, how lucky for you.
Oh, I'm lucky for you.
No, what people don't seem to get is that's not lucky for me. I have to, on the same day every year, I have to please 2 different women for 2 completely different occurrences.
And hopefully 2 different ways.
Yeah, I'm fucked. One day a year, every year is basically what it comes but probably not literally. It's just one of those situations. Like now, I got to mix and I don't really like being around people for more than an hour or 2. But I'm gonna have to do a birthday party, and then we're gonna have to go out that night and get a babysitter. So I'm gonna have to be around people all day. Like that's an awful day.
Take a Xanax and just do it.
Wow. That's going to probably be what I end up having to do. Because screaming kids and then a wife with high expectations.
I'm sure it'll be tough for a little while, and it'll have to get easier, I would think.
This year was easy.
Well, it'll be easy.
Tired or whatever, but it's going to get harder, I think, from 3 or 4 when she's 3 or 4 to 15. I think it's going to be hardest in the teenage years when we can't just go to bed at 8. We're going out. I think that's when it's going to get harder.
Probably. Moxley says at least it's only one day, so you kind of get it all out of the way at once. It's brutal, but at least you just get it
That
done.
sounds less appealing to me than breaking it up over, like, say, 6 months.
Yeah,
Now, Bogfoot's got the right idea. Earmuffs and lower expectations.
I got married, unfortunately. Just it was very, very close to her birthday. Very close, just a few days, and then Christmas is like another month afterwards.
Oh,
So
shit.
It's just bang bang boom.
Expensive string of events.
Fall and winter is a very expensive time for me.
Well, then
Yeah, I seen Angsty with a goddamn hole in his leg, straight up.
you got to do trips, right? The downside of not having summer birthdays or whatever is you can't do like, oh, this trip is part of your birthday present. So you still got to do the summer trip, so it's just expensive all year round.
Yeah.
You should write a rap song about it.
That would be great. It's watching Sean,
Oh, man.
or should I say Schwan? That would be his DJ name, DJ Shawan.
Fuck that, man. I'm a middle-aged white married rapper.
Really? I thought he'd be Squonkolicious.
So whenever I'm being a how do you say a driver that's paying attention and not texting while driving, I use my speech to text. And when I'm talking to these yahoos, for some reason my phone decides to put Shawan instead of Sean as the name, so it's always stuck. So they know when I have my hands on the wheel, and I am speaking to my phone because Shawan comes up. So I think that would be fitting to have that as his DJ name. DJ
So if you
Shawan.
say Shawan into it, does it spell out Shawan?
If I say Shawan, you don't want to know what it types. It puts Shlong.
Some would say it's more fitting.
I got married, unfortunately. I'm not unhappy about getting married. I'm very happy to be married. I don't think I could date at this point. I just don't.
Oh God.
Like that, the concept of dating to me is very foreign now.
And exhausting.
Horrendously.
No.
And I'm horrendously lazy when it comes to like that kind of crap. So like I just never go out.
You met us through Google Hangouts.
Exactly. I'm settled to live alone.
So I'm saying that's how you do your dating.
You light a candle on your side, I'll light a candle on my side.
Jesus.
Anyway, what did you have last week?
This shit right here. I got to play with a Sigilli J150.
Oh.
And that's it in my hand, and it's neat and compact up until you see that it's only a 2,000 mAh built-in battery. All right. That's the end of my review.
Did it suck? It was
Vape like the last 5 Sigilli mods that have come out.
good.
That's how the chip is. It's like a beeline chip.
Didn't catch fire.
It ain't no SXJ.
No. Didn't catch fire though.
No. But that's the thing. It's like, one, I feel like for that compact a mod to give it like 150 watts, it's kind of a waste with a 2,000 mAh battery. It would have been cool as like a 75 watt or 80 watt.
Sure.
But it ain't bad. And because this is such a great review, I fucking forgot how much it is.
Oh.
Element Vape has them for $58. Yes, I am of legal smoking age. Nice fucking age verification at the front. Oh, that's on purchases. Vape NW has it for $50.
I promise you, folks, we're not just phoning it in at this point.
Anyway, so it's a good size. It's got a good weight to it.
Battery
And for $50, 2,000 mAh on like a 30-40 watt tank on there, you'll get some.
Ahmed, while you're talking about that, you said something about that age verification, and I saw something a couple of days ago. Someone asked, has anyone actually been ordering stuff from people online that have actually had to basically ask you to put up picture and ID? So I'm wondering in chat if people in chat, if you've ordered something and had to send your picture and ID and stuff. I'm kind of curious to see.
Should we answer that too? Because mine is a nope. Just like I
Sure.
said, no.
I did it once, and I did it with Kitty Puncher, and I blurred out everything but my name and my birthday.
Oh fuck! That's right. I just realized I can't order goddamn wire anymore.
Yep.
Because I'm not I'm not sending in an ID picture.
Who cares? Just meh.
What if you had to send a dick pic?
That would be.
I think that was suggested the last time we talked about this on the show.
Who are we? Anthony Weiner?
Well, he'd love to buy vape gear.
Yeah, man. He can buy everybody's baby gear. Oh, free.
Everyone would vouch for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people were saying that they had to do the blue check thing. Confused the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm. The other places that I've been the one was it Blue Check or something else? I've ordered a couple other smaller things, and it was always they were verifying my name, credit card, and my address, and they were kind of linking those all together. That seemed to be fine. One of them asked for the last four of my social security number, but it was optional, and I didn't do it, and it still went through. So, meh. So there's that.
I think that's always optional. At least it's supposed to be always optional.
Yeah.
unless they're not able to, because I think they use that as another point of reference to get it, locked in on you.
Somebody in chat too asked if any of us have played with the DNA 60. I know I have a mod coming with the DNA 60 eventually. It will probably be one of my last mods. Lasty experimented with the 60 at all?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Yep.
we ever talk about that?
No. We never actually even showed it. Because it was at a time when it wasn't out yet.
It's still not really out yet, is it?
Yeah, I think
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, the orders are being fulfilled at the end of October, I believe. So,
right. They sold a few, and then
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I got the go ahead from old Saint Nick to talk about it, but I'll just quadruple check.
He is graying up a lot, man. It must be that job.
Yeah. When you have to change. No, never mind. Just
yeah. Foo, you got anything else?
Plain kettle cooks, if anyone's wondering.
That is not a brand I get down here.
Anyone who watches, listens to Meshuggah, they put out a new album on Friday. And it was pretty solid. Listen to it over the weekend. Check it out.
Cool.
I don't remember the name offhand. It's something really heavy metal-y. And next level.
And stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
One of our kind admins shared something yesterday. Maybe it was today. Anyway, he got this email kind of out of the blue, and this is a form of spam that I haven't seen before. So I figured I'd show folks because people in our hobby do tend to receive these kinds of things. And he got this random invoice just out of the blue, and click. This guy, Billy Lehman, friggin' just selling Oakleys.
made, but you know what's funny is it says made some changes to the original invoice.
Yeah, but
What was the original invoice?
he may have
it wasn't one.
he may have sent it before, and this is just the one that he sent on. Tony sent over, but so if
I
you
don't know about you, but $18 for some Oakley sounds legit.
so if you see this guy, kick him in the dick for us. But yeah, just be on the lookout because I know, like for example, when Chato sent out some of his invoices, I think his wife processed some of them, and it came from a different name. And it confused a couple of people that sent me messages. I was like, no, it's okay. But anyway, just look,
Yeah.
Just
Well, in addition to that, I don't know if you've seen, but they've also been doing where you could, and I knew about this because I've had one set up for ages, but with PayPal, you could do subscriptions, right? And the subscriptions can be a monthly draw directly from your PayPal from the site. Now, the tricky part is that, and I don't know if it's still like this, but you can't turn it off from the site. You have to turn it off from within PayPal, and it is buried in PayPal, where you have to go into your account and all this, and then there's like a subscriptions to where when you're on the site and you set all this stuff up, it's kind of like, okay, so you can either do it yearly or you can do it monthly, whatever, recurring, and it continues automatically. And you go and it's kind of like just checking out. So you think you're checking out and it's, whatever, $10-15. And then you start seeing it come out of your PayPal and you're like, wait a minute. And they've been doing something like that to where it looks like it's just an invoice. Oh, okay, you're buying this thing for $30. And then the next month they hit you with another $30. And, or, it's always a small amount. It's usually, $5-10. And, a lot of people don't notice that. So ain't so much.
Mother had said it's not buried so much anymore. It used to be. You're right.
Yeah.
But it's not buried so much anymore. That's good. So something came out that I thought was really funny, and it was right before last week, and we didn't get to share it. So I'm still going to share it because even though you guys may have seen it already, is this it? I think this is it. Sharing. So UL put out basically a statement in the form of like a Google form talking about the truth and science behind ceramic coils. So the way I understand it is they went to go make ceramic coils like everybody else and their dog is doing. And they realized through their testing that they were getting some very small microscopic shards that were being, put off by these ceramic materials. And the only thing that I could think the whole time I was reading that was,
because we never said anything about that ever on this show.
Been telling you some bitches about that for years.
That's what happens when we C-list.
And it comes down again that we were right yet again.
If I remember correctly, I believe the first shard was one that blew up in my Addy and shot across and got stuck in the wall.
Let's just
and that came from Pineapple Man down under, or wherever the fuck that was from. The
yeah. Well,
yeah.
This is probably about to take a minute to kind of let you guys know something. We don't when we give safety information, we don't do it without having some idea, at least as much idea as humanly possible of what we're talking about. Like, we don't do it lightly, because the last thing that we want to do is tell you not to use something that's, ends up being completely safe, right? So when we talk about this stuff, when we've talked about batteries, when we've talked about ceramic, when we talked about MOSFETs, all these things were things that we were pretty sure of, and we didn't talk about it lightly in that sense. And it's ended up on all three occasions, or however many occasions we've done it, that other people have come out supporting what we've said.
Right. And, if you've been around long enough to be rebuilding, we all used silica. We all used EcoWool. And EcoWool was supposed to be better for you. But even back then, silica was like, And as soon as people was like, hey, we should use organic cotton balls, that's one of the reasons I went at the beginning, because it freaked me out a little bit. And then the XC18 came out.
XC116.
For 116, I was like,
See, XC was hot before people even thought about using cotton for wick. Cotton was still very foreign at the time.
That's true.
Like when I first started hanging out in the chat rooms and stuff and doing the very early days of Hangouts, XC is what anyone who was running a dripper that I saw in the Hangouts.
They were, but I was already on cotton by then. Maybe it was just whoever you're hanging out with. I was already on cotton by then.
Because like Ecowool was still like by and large the most popular.
It was still the thing, absolutely, and I was already moved on to that. But XC was absolutely taken off. But we had it was Walt, wasn't it? Was it? I'm trying to remember who it was that originally said that it might not be a great idea, and then we started doing some looking into it, and that was like, nope. We were all like,
Didn't he know a guy?
Yeah,
that was like, no.
Right. As soon as
once you cut it, it's structurally compromised.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because I can still remember every instance of one of those things that's come up in vaping, whether it's XC, whether it's Surround, whatever it is. It's always met with, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. 1,500 messages to your Facebook.
Alarmist.
You're wrong. MOSFETs, what the fuck are you talking about? You're wrong. Shut your face. I mean, it's,
Remember that thing I did since we're on this train, crucifixions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When crucifying juice vendors became a thing. We're too hip for our own good.
We're too hip.
We're doing everything before it's uncool.
Hipsters of vaping safety. That's what we are.
We're just hip about dropping certain kinds of knowledge.
I got a chat going with this Chinese manufacturer of some electronics that they sent the wrong parts, and they're like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're just lonely factory worker," and the smiley face with a crying on it.
What?
I'm like, bitch, I'm not a big company. I'm some freaking Mexican in a garage making shit. I ain't got no money. Kind of making me feel bad saying that there's some factory worker, and they make no money. Huh? Might be true, but you sent the wrong fucking parts.
I have just been hit with a severe bout of depression.
Uh-oh.
Are you out of coke?
I just saw the first bit of artwork for the new Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh yeah, is it bad?
Sad.
You've got crippling depressions.
It doesn't look great, man.
South got crippling depression.
I just posted a link in chat for anybody who cares. I mean, I can't imagine we have a lot of cartoon geeks, but
let's see.
There's plenty of people in vaping. At least
what is wrong with his face?
That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
all right, now I go, whoa! What the hell's wrong with his face?
The Funko Pop looks better than him.
Yo, it looks like the Spider-Man memes from the old cartoon.
I don't love that at all.
Spider-Man or whatever it is.
Everyone remembers the Spider-Man memes. Those are great.
Oh, poor Raw. He's right. No one cares. That sucks. You cannot listen to me talk about it. That is your decision. Your choice.
Mm-hmm. So one of the reasons I wanted to try out that other bridge, because I wanted to try the Kanger head in here. One of the reasons I wanted to do that, because I felt like having actual posts might be kind of useful to have in the billet box. And while this has been okay, there's been a development. So the guys that make the Hellfire atomizers and mods, like the Hellfire Viper V2 here, they're coming out with a new atomizer for the billet box. So this is the first one, I believe, that they put out for the billet box. And I got pictures for you. Pictures. Going to share them now. Boom. I think this thing is pretty cool.
Hang on. That looks like a 1992 Honda Accord freaking muffler fart can that my rice burner buddies used to put in their cars.
Oh, yes, it does.
It's even got a whistle tip on it. It's got the whistle tip.
No, it's like an alarm clock. I go,
woo, woo. Where the hell's Bud rubbing little sis?
You should be in there making breakfast. So I think this is going to be pretty cool, and the reason is because it's not too big. So one of the problems I've got with the Kanger head is it actually displaces quite a bit of liquid in the tank, and this does appear to A, have posts, and B, be not quite as large in diameter, which is pretty slick, and in height maybe.
That's a big bitch.
But yeah, not as big as RBA head though. This looks significantly smaller by a bit. But you're talking about millimeters. But as they say, millimeters matter. And And also,
Sorry, Sean.
yeah, just like the Atmostique adapter, we do have a little like an addition guy on the bottom that is going to help control your airflow, because everybody that's got a billet box knows that you've just got 3 holes on the side, and that's pretty much all you can do unless you're throwing an O-ring or something, which works.
Unless you're getting those new little caps that cover the air holes.
Do they cover the air holes, or do those things cover the juice weeping stuff?
I'm pretty sure that they cover. I think they cover some of the air holes. I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
Someone will correct us.
Going into the attic.
Yeah,
which I think is cool. So it's kind of here. I got another picture for you, and here it is from the side, so you can see.
An Atlantis coil. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. So you got some juice flow control by twisting
on the bottom.
What?
Is that a 510 thread piece on the bottom?
Is it a 510?
I wonder if that will go into a 510.
It looks like
one thread. The reason why I ask is because it's going to suffer from still one of the major problems, right? Is that you cannot pulse burn that thing.
I do not disagree, which is one of the things I like about the Atmostique thing for the Kanger one, because if you've got a Kanger sub-tank base, you can thread that bitch in there and build it, which is nice. And you're right, this would be cool. I don't know if that is the case or not.
I doubt it, because I think that's an airflow piece.
It's airflow, and it looks too small. It looks too short.
Put it in a cargo tank.
Maybe.
It's losing that ability to dry burn is it's a hit for me, and a point off for me from an atomizer perspective, because it's so nice to have that ability to get your coil where you want it first.
Do not disagree. That said, you can definitely dry burn in the billet box. It works. I've got a video on it. You can do it. And
they're saying on chat that you can put it in modern pulse fire. It's a 510 thread.
Oh,
that's not much. That's not much of a thread, though.
It's not much of a thread if that's a thread, but okay.
But I mean, all you really need is one catch, right?
Yeah, you need to be able to.
If you get one catch,
that negative.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I'll definitely update, because I'm going to be looking for this guy, because I think it's pretty slick. I do have one more picture to show you, so you can see the inside.
Sean, did you see chat? They're saying they went through the checkout processes on Temco's site and was not asked for ID. They're still allowing PayPal payments.
I wouldn't imagine Temco would.
Yeah, Temco did go.
That's good. We never did a Canthal test between Kidney Puncher and Temco, did we? We did it between Kidney Puncher and a few others, never between Kidney Puncher and Temco.
No, that's true.
I'm actually curious to see if the stuff direct from Temco is of the same level. I imagine it is.
I bet Temco's not, because I'm sure Temco's Chinese wire. And I'm sure it's slightly different than the Sandvik.
You're gonna give people a headache just
I don't know
throwing that shit around.
Hey, we're talking about Canthal now. I'm scrolling.
You're not a pro builder, AHC, so.
That's true. I'm not. I do think, however, this looks like a nice, easy thing to build on, and I'm looking forward to getting one. I don't know when they're coming out exactly, but
that deck is adorable.
It is.
Is there? And I can't tell by the picture, but it looks like it has little raised posts on each side of the screw to kind of keep the wire from spinning around when you unscrew it and screw it down.
Looks like it.
Very nice.
I have been waiting for a billet box design, or for a billet box Addy design like that for a very long time.
If this threads it straight into a 510, I'm going to be very impressed.
That said, it definitely doesn't mean I'm going to get another billet box, because I just don't think I will. But that very well may be the best Addy design I've seen for a billet, other than the one natural downside of all the new billet boxes now utilize the Boro, so you can't just push your shit up in and out. You got to drain everything to get to it.
Not unless you've got an Uno.
Yeah, so I mean that's your downside, though, right? Like,
or the NX Cardo.
It's basically like the bottom fill tanks of old, so to speak, where you couldn't close off the juice and you couldn't top. It K-Fun Light, basically. Which I seem to recall you saying that you would never buy another product that worked like that.
I did. I totally said that.
What?
The billet box is
Sparky's right, or the Solero. So the Uno, Solero, and the NX Cardo are all Cardo size, and they can slide out.
But none of them vaped as well as I would have wanted.
Uno vapes really well.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. The flavor is a little bit better than the Kangaroo heads. Is better than this thing by a hair. and it's just a little bit harder to build. This is a little easier to build, but that's the thing. 90 pounds sterling, I believe, is the current approximate that they gave for the price of that. So that's pretty expensive build box atomizer.
How much?
Most Hellfire. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's Hellfire. What are you gonna do? But
How much is
That
it?
may, however, be like the second good thing Hellfire ever made.
maybe 90 pounds. Foo.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, the pound shit right now.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
like $115, $120.
That's
Not
still,
shit
that's
enough.
still quite a bit, though.
Yeah,
It's
still a lot
expensive, no doubt.
Like
Bill.
90 euro would have been better.
The yeah. I mean the Uno is what, 65? I think it's 65. Most of the adapters are around 50 to 60. The racing bridge though was really cheap. This one's like $36. But you got to go get the little RBA head too, which is a couple of bucks, unless you have one sitting around, of course. So that's the thing. So this is the thing. I'm not. It's not happening to me yet. It might be. I just don't know it yet, but because I've got something coming in from overseas. But this is something we thought, was a possibility early on before the regs actually dropped. And this guy's saying, at least claiming, that it's actually happening to regular people. So this guy said on Reddit, the Choir Invisibule said the DHL and FDA are regulating imported atomizers not to a company or a shop, but to a person. So he won a tank in a contest, and it tank sat in customs. And this is coming from DHL, which is normally very fast. Very, very fast. I mean, if you order stuff from, like what did our EVL stuff was shipped in the UK and here in 3 days, Sean?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's super fast. But this guy's got coming from Hong Kong, custom status updated, and then a right-in sorting facility, and then an uncontrollable clearance delay.
Yep.
He got popped with that a couple of different times, and basically, this person that this guy called up and talked to a lady at DHL. So this wasn't FDA, this is DHL. But she said, she doesn't really work in this department, but because of this thing, they're tasking her to get information about these devices. So they're kind of holding things.
Yeah, and also just to note this, because I actually just had somebody's got feedback, by the way. When you call the 1-800 number for DHL, depending on the package that the tracking number that you have, you will get connected to either the Express, which is any packages coming from Asia overseas, or packages within the U.S. So there's two different places to call. So that might be why this person that he was talking to had to get more information. So, but people think that just because stuff is being shipped, DHL or something like that, they're not going to open them. They will open them, and it really depends on what. The first thing I think it depends on is what the manufacturer is putting on the item.
Absolutely.
I have seen that if they do not lie and they say, these are, whatever atomizer, or these are electronic, mods or whatever it is, they'll open them, they'll look, and they'll pass them through. But when it says metal couplings and you're getting, whatever it is, batteries or whatever, shit gets shut down. So
Well, I mean, let's be straight for a second, right? Legally, the FDA can't stop shit from overseas.
correct.
Legally, you can still buy mods from overseas. Legally, you can buy anything you want that's not illegal, which mods aren't. The regulations are strictly from a retail standpoint, right?
Well, but you say that, Sean, but you are always going to get the person that says there's millions and millions of packages that come from overseas every day. There is no way that they're going to be able to enter whatever you want to add here. Look through them, do this, do that. We have a friend who works in import-export, and he's told us, if your shit's coming in a container and there's 1,000 other things in that container, and one of those boxes in that container is something contraband or is something that they need to check, everything in that container gets checked. So that you could be unlucky that way. If you're doing DHL, obviously, just because it's DHL doesn't mean that it's not going to go through customs. It's still going to go through customs. It's still going to get scanned and checked. So
what I'm saying is that a lot of what he intimated and a lot of what was happening in that thread.
Yeah,
and I'm talking specifically to this thread. There were people in this thread that were insisting that, oh, you got something from China, that makes you a tobacco manufacturer, and that is fucking unbelievably false.
right.
You can get something that's brand spanking fucking new, released after August 8th from China or Italy or fucking England or wherever the hell you want.
We don't want that, right? We don't want them basically saying anything that's coming from these locations in China that are pumping out e-cig stuff are always going to be checked.
As long as you are a consumer,
right?
The stuff doesn't touch you. Now, that being said, if you want to get technical, if you buy something and then resell it, now you're a tobacco manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the small personal sales that happen, I doubt you're going to get hit for that. But that technically would make you a tobacco manufacturer since you imported something and then sold it.
Oh.
But as a consumer, you are welcome to buy whatever the hell you want in the e-cig industry still.
Right.
Without having to have fear of the FDA screwing up your shit.
Right. But the last couple of things I want to mention here that this guy's been updating, it was officially placed under FDA review, according to this guy. And then there was a payment of taxes to be done. Duties, fees. Duties.
Here's actually, I think this is Scrappy who's talking in chat, and he says, well, I agree with you. The fact of the matter is they still lie on custom docks. Why? Because they do not want to be held up, because it's flagged, not because it's illegal.
Right.
No, it's not. So my clock is not 5 minutes fast because of power outages. I have it like that, so when I see it and I know it's time for the show, I go, oh shit, it's 9:05. Let's start. Oh, it's really 9 o'clock. Not because of power outages.
Is that really what
Actually,
happened in your house?
I actually so
nature again.
So those are obviously an Nixie tube. It's a Nixie clock, and those tubes will wear out over time. So the program in that clock, I have it set to at I think 1 o'clock in the morning. It turns the clock off, and you can just have the second markers flash, or you can just have it completely off, and then it comes back on at 5 in the afternoon. I figure that's usually the time that I'm in here. So I just have to fix the push the time back. So I'm sure that drives people nuts.
All right. So there's that thing, and I think, did we mention that Crappy says it's basically BS forms? I think we mentioned that.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
It's probably
the person who sends it can't lie on the customs form anymore,
right? Because
they are seizing shit. And if there's a lie, if you lie on the customs form, then you get in some shit.
Yeah.
So. And you might not get your package if the sender lies on the customs form.
Man, I guarantee you that there's so much shit that doesn't get through that, and I'll be really surprised if the shipper will reimburse you for customs getting stuck.
No, I'm sure not.
So you are out a shit ton of money.
It depends, man. Like, I ordered a Nixie cloth, right? From a guy in another country, and it's shipping over here, and I just sent him a message the other day because it's been a while and it hasn't shown up yet, and I don't have tracking. He said, well, I don't get tracking, like a trackable number, until after it gets released from our customs.
Yeah.
It hasn't been released from our customs yet. He goes, I've called like 10 times. He goes, I can refund you, or if you don't mind waiting a couple days. And I said, I don't mind waiting a couple days. Like, I want the product.
Yeah.
So I'll wait a little while longer, but I mean, he absolutely, offered to refund me on that order from being stuck in customs.
I wonder where Dish
stuck in customs. That's different than you getting it and having to pay $30 to get the package.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen here.
Right.
We don't do customs, not on small packages.
No, on small packages. True.
Yeah, it's like under $1,000 though.
Is it?
Yeah, somebody just said.
No, that's. I don't think so. I don't think he lives here. I don't think Dish lives here.
I have never in my life, and I've ordered some expensive shit from overseas, claimed properly. I've never had to pay an import tax.
I've had to pay a tax. Yeah, I've had to pay a tax on at the post office on a package that was this big. That was electronics. And
I've
it was
never had-
labeled. It was labeled electronics. I had to pay. It was like $3 or something.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me.
I think it depends on what it is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Which is why most people say, spare parts or whatever, because I don't think you have to pay on that.
And to be honest, I think one of the things that I had ordered was extra tubes from Russia, and I had to pay extra Nixie tubes, and I had to pay, like I said, it was like $2-3. So,
that can also be he under.
It could be because
postage.
goods from many countries are exempt from duty under various trade agreements as
That's
well. So, and certain types of things are exempt anyway. So it probably depends on where it's coming
from and what it was.
And if they underpaid on the shipping amount anyway, the shipping fee.
Yeah.
If you same thing here, right? If you have a heavy envelope and you only put 2 stamps on it or something,
yeah,
the person gets a
that
notification.
I've seen, not full paid for postage.
No, not full paid for postage. No.
But it's not like the UK where they have to pay like fucking 20%.
Oh, VAT or whatever. No, it's none of that bullshit. No,
Yeah.
Because that's dumb.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest things. I got all these when I got those tubes. I got all these Russian newspapers, and they were old, man. They were like from like the 80s. It's like somebody had a whole stash of newspapers, and they were just wrapping. That's what they were wrapped in, when they were made.
Uncirculated Soviet propaganda.
That's good shit.
So you know what's even dumber than
I
that?
just opened it, and I was just like, bliat, bliat, bliat.
I will say this.
I too speak dash cam.
What's even worse than that though is foreign companies that try to force U.S. guys to pay VAT.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
That's
the fucking worst.
That's a whole different turtle farm.
Yes, it is. You got anything else, Lasty?
Nah, that's about it, I think.
So, while all this is going on, my wife sends me this text message. She goes, "You can sell shit on Facebook now." And I said, "Yeah, I've seen it in groups and stuff, but apparently she's got like a for sale in your area ad on Facebook." And the number one thing, the top of the for sale ad is a fucking dildo.
Hey,
Sends me a picture of it. Motherfucking dildo at the very top of the sales ad.
I've got jokes, but they're all mean.
So in order, it's a dildo, a
Grundle
dog, and a couch.
Yikes. Sounds like a great night at home.
If the fourth one is peanut butter, we're gonna have problems.
Wait, is this around your area?
Yeah, this is around
No
our-
wonder she says all the women around her are bitchy.
I know, right?
The fucking number one thing is dildos. Sean, you should get out more.
I thought that was funny though.
That's very funny.
All right, so
The dog does not think it's funny. Okay.
the Satburn.
Aegeon.
There you go.
I don't know how to say it.
I don't have to.
That's still, I don't even know what it is.
So, first problem. Ready? Hold on. That's loud as shit.
Nope.
That's loud. It whistles like a motherfucker.
It's loud. It's not the loudest thing I've owned, but it's not.
Do not like the whistle.
It's about half the size of your mod, too.
Yeah, it's also gigantic.
I think it's like Snappy size, isn't it?
For what I paid for it, it's good because I paid like $80, and RRP is much higher than that.
I think the RP was a
Pretty good.
110, something like that.
What I paid for it, $80, not necessarily unhappy, but I've come to this point in vaping where I really only need one phrase to sum up how I feel about something, and that's that it's not a Narda.
Sure.
And that's essentially where I'm at. It's not a Narda. It'll sit on here for a couple more days, and then it'll go off, and the other Narda will come on here, and I'll be happy.
But does it have turbo fans?
No, but there's probably enough room inside this thing for it.
I just noticed
That was
your
the thing I thought was. Sorry, Matthew. What?
Oh, go ahead. Well, it's a stupid comment, so go ahead. You go first.
I thought that thing was kind of interesting because of it looks like it would be not a great performer, right? I mean, it looks large when you look at it, but
It is large.
but the inside of it. Oh, I'm saying like the chamber looks huge, but it tastes really good. Like it actually, they made a good atomizer. It is large.
I would call it a mediocre performer at best.
Mediocre?
Mediocre.
No, I think it's better than most of the things I've tried. It is not an Arta, but it is better than most bottom feeding 22 millimeter atomizers that I've tried.
Sean, so you moved your melon, and I just noticed you have a Mario back there. Does that thing actually jump over the thing?
Oh no, but I'll get it because it does do cool shit.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Here, it's loud though.
Oh, okay. I thought it jumped over it.
I told you it's loud. No. And I can't stop it.
Okay, I thought it would like jump over.
What was it, meatball spin?
No, it does not jump. But it does spin round and round.
That's pretty cool.
You spin me right round?
I tried to steer the conversation. I like the chat. You can. I'm just saying. You have quite a collection of cans.
Yeah.
Sparky Bates puts another Poe Group Narda list. I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon because he's still trying to catch up with all this shit. Now these guys, at least some of his machining up. I know he just put out a deck list. What was that, like a week ago? Mine is stuck in shipping because fuck the USPS. My thing coming from the UK stuck in customs because Chicago.
Inksy lives in Opa, Texas.
Yeah. I suppose I do suppose I should apologize to chat for pulling a Fagin. I'd be ashamed of it, but I'm not. But I am sorry. That was very Fagin of me.
Everybody's got crack.
In the last,
some have more hair than others, but everybody's got crack.
The last thing that I have is kind of interesting because we talked about circulating the FDA regs and different kind of shit like that and whatever, right? So Philip Morris has just released their new e-cig technology, and it is supposed to be different technology. It's a cigarette alternative. It's not an electronic cigarette.
I thought they announced that.
They did a while ago.
Yeah.
But this is the first I've really seen about timeline for when it's supposed to hit, which you're saying 17. They're using a technology that they call heat not burn,
right?
Which I assume is some variation of temperature control. It heats tobacco without setting it on fire, and it is tobacco that's in it, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So they are waiting. Could be released as soon in the U.S. as soon as the FDA gives approval for it to be sold.
So what they're making is a weed product that's actually for tobacco, like they always advertise it as.
And I mean, it's kind of a specific market for them, so to speak, and they're filling out a modified risk application for it and all that shit. Now, just to give you guys an idea, when we talked about PMTAs and we talked about all this shit, right? You want to have any idea about how big their modified risk application is?
About tree fitty.
Between 2 and 3 million pages.
Million pages?
Million.
That's holy shit.
Yeah, the company is also filing a so-called modified
That's a
risk
lot of ass photocopies
by the end of this year to be able to designate the product as less harmful than traditional cigarettes.
The poor trees.
Response time for that application, which currently is between 2 and 3 million pages, will probably take at least twice as long as the pre-market filing. So upwards of 3 million pages of data for modified risk.
Staple's going to be in that thread.
This just kind of goes into that fact that there's nothing that anybody really in vaping can do to get this shit because fucking they spent more than $3 billion to date developing the portfolio.
I'm sure there are some cloud chasers that have 2 or 3 million confirmed clouds.
Holy shit. All right, so here you go. The company has spent more than $3 billion to date developing the portfolio. I assume that's the combination of all the research plus product development. That was done that's not including anything done before 2008 when they split from Altria, and they're expecting to add another $700 million to $1.2 billion to earnings from it.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So, I mean, a lot of money though, man. $3 billion.
That's big boy shit.
That's like what, $150,000 if you're talking about 5 cents a page. They got that much money to freaking burn on paper.
Now, $3 billion isn't the cost.
$3 billion.
Literally spending paper.
Yeah, it's not the cost of just their filing, but I assume that all the research that they had to do, I assume that $3 billion is part of that cost.
Could you imagine the size of that PDF?
So
here's a NAS. It's got the document on.
but I did think that was really interesting, and if nothing else, it gives you guys a little bit of insight into the kind of crap that the FDA is going to expect, because these are people who know how to deal with the FDA, like them or not. They know how to deal with the FDA.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're talking they're at $3 billion developing their product and 3 million pages of
Yeah,
documentation.
they're burying them with paper.
Yeah, Motherhead's got it about right. He says, "This is how you fuck with the FDA." No, you read this. Here's a literal, an insurmountable mountain of.
You're gonna read it, and I'm gonna set it on fire. Yeah.
But that is our general state of helplessness right now. Fuck it, that's all I got, Masty. What do you got?
Nothing. Actually, I got a video that I think is kind of funny. We'll play.
Oh, you got congratulations too. TasteYourMooch.com.
Oh yeah.
TasteYourMooch.com / on Phil Basado's page / just met his goal for I think it was 7,000, 8,000, 8,000 for covering all the costs of the equipment and all that. So congratulations and thank you to everyone who donated. Damn, they raped him on the fees though.
Yeah, they did.
Good Lord, Mooch. I mean, you know, it's. I guess that's the cost of. It's the cost of doing business. If you want people sending you money in all different directions,
yeah,
you got to pay
all the Nigerian princes.
But that congratulations comes with a fine print, though. Just because he's met his goal doesn't mean he can't use any of the extra money. So if you haven't donated, if you're still looking into it, reach out to Mooch. I believe he is in chat or on the tasteyourjuice.com webpage / I believe it's under Mooch. So somebody can put the link, because I think that the campaign ended, so I don't think you can donate anymore, but I think you can still do it via PayPal. So if he's in here,
8% fee.
yeah. So I think it was like $1,700 for the fee.
Can you imagine those big Kickstarters? I think Kickstarter's bigger than 8%.
Yeah, but
10, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, hey, that's if you want to allow people to give you money via PayPal, via you know, whatever. That's what you got to do. So congratulations to meeting that goal, and thank you for everyone who donated. And you know, keep it going. If you haven't donated, if you feel like donating $5, $10 more, or whatever, you know, I think that's gonna stay open. So Mooch, if you're in chat and you can post on there how people can reach you about donating more, in addition to the funds that you already have. Please let us know, and we will we'll update it on the video. So speaking of Mooch and batteries, had a user on Reddit that posted this image, and the caption, as you can see, the batteries are shit over there. The caption read, "This is why you don't use your RX 200 charging ports and your Relo, because the charging method and circuitry is garbage. And this was a V1. This was one of the original ones. So, hey, if you have this looks like what is this, a 6-bay charger?
Mm-hmm.
Nice 6-bay charger. Man, just pop them on there. They charge so much quicker doing this.
And better and safer and all of that.
And all of the above. Yeah, that's correct. So his batteries, the voltage readout there was pretty dead.
I need to get
and yeah. So did anybody, we're not going to get into political crap, but did anybody watch the debate last night?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see Mr. Cheese Wheel? I think this guy, hang on. Ahmed, you're an expert at Guess Who. Isn't this guy on the Guess Who board?
He is, but it looks like you took him and stretched his face out like it looked like a mashed up piece of bologna.
I think this guy he reminded me of Total Recall, the
Yes.
mask that he's wearing that
Yes.
starts going.
There's like a smidgen of Don Vito in there.
Yeah.
No!
So
Hey, updating your thing from a minute ago, Masty. Mooch says this is going to stay open. It's paypal.me/batterymooch.
there you go. PayPal.me.
Thingies.
Yeah, PayPal.me/batterymooch. So you can still donate, and that'll stay open as it should. So, if you get
Actually, Mooch did come up in a conversation. Something I forgot to mention in my news that I was on DIY show on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out on his channel, by the way. I come in about 40 minutes, I think. Anyway, Mooch came up because, of course, like any popular man, and what he does, always some people decide to question a man's integrity. Apparently, there are people giving Mooch hate over asking for donations, I was told. And I was the first that I'd heard of it when Wayne brought it up, to which I replied, fuck him.
and go fuck themselves.
Yeah, well, like the man does thankless work. That's the price of doing thankless work, or having any notoriety. Is you're gonna get some hate your way.
Let's see. Get a few donations and keep people from blowing their fucking hands off, or
Exactly.
go
And
to
he's
the
providing this information for free.
yeah.
That costs money.
Yep.
Not a hell of a lot of money when it's crowdsourced, but it costs money.
Well, and kudos to and honestly,
money at this point, it'd probably be Mooch. Man.
well, and honestly, we love to joke around with it, but kudos to Phil for having a place for Mooch to have the site and somewhere where people can go, where people are going to read some of the reviews that Phil's putting up. You click on a tab and get to Mooch's location too. So
we joke out of love and despair because we offered a place, but you can't take the C-lister. You're not going to pick the C-listers over the A-lister.
So, anyways, then let's see. So apparently, you guys watch Mythbusters. Apparently, Adam Savage. Or Adam Savage's doppelganger, or Adam Savage has just been like, he's actually started vaping. Well, apparently he doesn't know about making sure that there's enough juice on a coil before you ignite, before you hit the button. So here's a video of this. We'll call him Adam Savage-tron. And we'll just, you guys have seen something like this before. Let's just watch it.
What's up, lunatics? Thursday night.
Played that here.
Hang on. I'm pretty sure it's either Adam Savage or
Kind of, it's like Rick Harrison with a beard.
It kind of looks like a combination of the two of them.
Steam Savage.
ENS. I don't even have music picked out yet. What the hell's wrong with me? So y'all might just get whatever the hell pops up because
Of course,
I'm
he has a
impatient.
hat
I don't
collection.
feel like looking. And yeah, so I built the Archon.
Archon?
0.4, all my series. This scares me.
All my
Okay. Right, again, a 0.4 on a series box, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
You know what? We're not even going to do music
all my
tonight.
series box.
And it looks like he's using 50-50. Breathing intensifies.
Fresh batteries. Yippee.
Kaye, motherfucker.
Wait.
I think I'm about to re-wick it. That ain't right.
Let's go back to that.
Yeah, we have to play that
I
back.
think I'm about to re-wick it. That ain't right.
It ain't right.
Let's see. We'll go slow mo.
The sound of it.
Hang on. I can't get right in between.
Let's just zoom back again for another. Oh,
Look at that fucking flame. Look at the fucking flame coming out of that thing.
There you go. How's that lung cancer feel, buddy?
Holy shit.
How's that scar tissue feel, bro?
Let's get the sound.
Oh,
I think I'm about to re-wick it. That ain't right.
you're right. Yo, dude, he was like, yo, dude, I fucked up.
Pants. So, anyways,
Yo, the Archon won that battle, man.
The Archon, definitely.
The Archon,
Idiot.
Archon.
I cannot take credit for that. So there you go.
I swear we've ended the show with that before.
No, we've ended the
No,
show
that was
with
the other guy with the box.
the other guy. Yeah, that was the other guy with the box.
It was like a quad series or bullshit or something.
Yeah, and so another piece of news, which I'm not going to show the picture. I got like 4 or 5 messages, saying, "Oh, look, this is ridiculous. It's not a bug this time." But basically, it was a picture of a juice bottle and from a company, and
I thought you were going to talk about the fly on Hilary's face last night.
And so, no, this is actually more interesting. Guy opens it up, and there was a baby bud of marijuana inside of the juice. And, basically, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be infused. It's not tea leaves.
He's got Steve in there, bro.
Yeah, you got to just steep it in. Basically, I don't know how a baby bud of marijuana gets into the inside of the juice, but it looked like it had gone in there. It was at the top. It was floating, and there was small pieces that were broken up. So, I guess we could show the picture. Yeah,
It's a picture.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying the name of the company. So this is it's actually it's a good size. I mean it's not a clear bottle, but here you go. So
Little piece of oregano in there.
and there's the oregano little nugget. And again, I'm not giving out company names or user or anything like that because that stuff could be either dropped in by the person, or there's no way to verify that was already in the bottle.
Yeah.
So in here, the Plumes of Hazard, we do. That's how we do.
Yeah.
So, and I have another video. If you guys want to fill in for like a minute or two that I need to pull up, I don't have just yet. So
Okay, we got
that's what I'm gonna use.
That'll be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sean,
So,
did you
let me just
actually
get it.
did you just put your standard coil in the A-gun?
Yep.
Did you try it dual, maybe? The same coil on 2?
Not happening.
Nope.
How many times have we been through this? My standard coil either works or it doesn't.
No, take your coil, just put 2 of them in there. Same coil.
I've never been a dual coil fan. Really haven't.
I have to say,
That
that Hattie does do a little bit better dual coil, in my opinion. But I still think it does impressively well for how large of a chamber it has.
I will give you impressively well for how large of a chamber it is, but when you take that out of the equation, because I don't even want to include that in the equation. Like, I don't even want to go, well, they made the stupid decision to make a huge chamber and they made it vape decent.
It did.
Like, I'm not even going to go there. It vapes from a normal vaping perspective. I think it's relatively mediocre.
What
It's
is
okay vape?
What's better than it that's not a Narda?
I think the Origin Little was better than it. I think the Marquee is better than it. I think the Split was better. I
don't think this. I can't agree with the Split.
That's fine.
I like the Split. The Split does better with cooler juices, in my opinion. That one does better with warmer juices.
But I was running pissed.
Oh, it's absolutely a mediocre vape for pissed.
I only vape 2 juices. I vape Abolishment and Pissed.
All right. Well, there's your problem right there. If you were to switch your juice up, put Railcracker in it. Put one of Lab Rats' in it. Put some from Stash in it.
Okay. So I'm ready.
Put Bananas freaking Grizzly.
Nanner Bear?
Nanner Bear. Put Nanner Bear in it. I bet it'll be great.
So
I have to make one of those, though, and I don't right now.
Okay.
So during the hurricane, watching the news, it was really it was the height of the hurricane was around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning here, and so me and the wife are up. She's on the living room. I'm in in the office, and I'm watching the news, and this guy, this lady, black newscaster, she's sitting there and she's talking, and basically a truck drives by and she goes, what are these people doing? They're not supposed to be out on the road. Well, apparently the truck heard her, okay, and came back. And I'll just play the video so you guys can see what happened. So this is the shit that happens in Florida during a hurricane.
Back to the power lines. Just a few moments ago, it was a huge popping, and lines looked like they were coming down, but they were swinging. So we don't know what happened right there, but it freaked both myself and Frank Burt out. But it just stopped. There was like fire everywhere as far as it's concerned. And folks, I hope that the Daytona Beach police stop this guy, because he is just driving erratically. This is why there's a curfew. This is exactly why there's a curfew. He's going to end up hurting himself by going back and forth on this roadway like this, just speeding. So hopefully Daytona Beach police will see this. I don't understand what his problem is, but he is a danger, bottom line. I just got off the phone with emergency management to see what kind of updates they have. And right now they still have about 3,600 people who are in shelters.
He's not even doing
but
good
this
donuts.
guy here, this is just crazy. Folks, please don't come out. Whatever you do, don't come out. There's nothing to see out here. Crazy drivers like that just makes it harder for emergency folks, because if this guy gets into a wreck, then these folks are going to have to stop and.
Okay, that's enough, Gail.
Dude,
so anyways,
outfit, it's like
so anyways, the best part is that apparently the chief of police was right there with her, and he takes off and arrests the guy for reckless driving.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that's just the news didn't have anything else to. So
when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny. There you go.
It is funny. Well, I'm glad you brought it up.
So is that our show?
I think so.
I believe so. And we had a few of the Essex devices that I was going to talk about tonight, and we'll be talking about that next week. The hurricane kind of screwed everything up, so I'll be getting those and having them to talk about next week.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the season for sweater game.
Good seeing everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Okay.
Batteries. Yep.
Let's loop that a couple more.
That ain't right.
Zoom it out.
Zoom out.
He
I think I'm about to relick it.
sounds like Grapefruit Lady.
Right.